25 laps for round 14. Conditions still dry here at Knockhill. Mackenzie and Hislop side by side, and it's Steve Hislop getting the drop this time. Number 11 on the Yamaha. Steve Hislop desperate to make amends. Mackenzie goes into second. That is not good news for Steve Hislop. And an early fall, Ian McPherson. Number 6, Ian McPherson's saga of woe continues in the 1998 season. Very, very bad luck for him. Tell us what happened, Steve.
Well, he got away from the start pretty much on the outside, you can see, and I think he's on the gravelly part of the circuit, on the wide line, just lost it, and there goes our camera, but fortunately it's still working at the end of it, and Ian McPherson was able to get up and walk away with it. But what a bad year he is having. This man really deserves better.
All the riders from round 14, incidentally, those who fell off are all up and well, so it's good to see that riders recover from what appeared to be horrifically high-speed crashes, but they're all going well in this one. Number 32, Troy Bayliss, with number 7, Terry Reimer. Ahead of them, Neil Mackenzie. This is the... Oh, Chris Walker diving through. Up to 5th goes the number 2 Kawasaki rider. He must be revitalised with picking up those 20 points in round 13, and he needs more. He knows full well that he's closed on Steve Hislop. We're riding now, Steve, with Sean Emmett.
We are, and this is coming down into Duffers Dip, and there we see, that's Matt Llewellyn going through. Llewellyn goes out wide, but he manages to hold the line as they flick back, and they're now down into that bottom McIntyre's corner, and there we see them charging through there. This is the twisty part. The cement dust is still down there through the chicane where we saw Peter Graves drop all the way. Again, Emmett there wobbling around. He really is struggling with that Ducati, and here we are on board. He's getting past again. That's James Hayden going through on the Suzuki as they go through Clark corner. 3rd gear corner, accelerating now, 4th gear. 5th gear, right up into 6th gear before they slam on the brakes at this really slow corner. You see Terry Reimer's rear wheel lifting in here, and Walker again sideways in there as he nips through past Terry Reimer.
That's a rear brake changing down move, locks up the rear wheel, and don't forget it's Walker's right leg that's injured. That's the foot that operates the rear brake, so I guess it's all on engine braking. He's probably stamping down 3 gears into the hairpin, locking up the rear wheel and getting it sideways. Neil Mackenzie, number 1, winner of round 13. In second place currently, Steve Hislop has got his eyes firmly set on 25 points. The number 11 teammate to this man, who is now leading the race. There's Hislop. Does not want to fall off this time. Can't afford to fall off this time. Troy Bayliss, only 1 win in the series under his belt, and that was in the damp conditions at Alton Park. He is in 3rd, and John Reynolds behind Chris Walker. There's Terry Reimer, number 7. A top-flight entry, the best names in Britain, and promising to be, Steve, possibly some Continentals next year.
Yes, there's rumours that 1 or 2 American riders might come in and join in on the fun. This is now deemed to be the best national series in the world, and if you watch the racing, you can see why. But at the front, it's the 2 Yamahas. Now Mackenzie. Oh, and here we have the top privateer. That's Max Vincent on the Kawasaki. He's leading the privateers race at this point, not the championship, but he's leading the race. He's in front of Phil Giles. So, back at the front, and it's Hislop in front, Mackenzie chasing him. Mackenzie now can afford to finish second. It wouldn't worry him at all, but I'm sure he'd love to win here again in front of his home crowd.
26 points the gap between these two, and if things stay the way they are, Steve Hislop, the race leader, will claw back 5 on his rival and teammate Neil Mackenzie. We're with Sean Emmett. We're closing on the back of the red Ducati of John Reynolds. These men are teammates, so they won't be knocking each other off. Reynolds has dropped back dramatically, obviously made a huge mistake. He's fallen into the clutches of Emmett. Nothing between these bikes in speed. There's Michael Rutter, number 3. Terry Reimer, number 43. Matt Llewellyn. Terry Reimer having a much better ride later in the season. And will he be thinking, oh, look at these two, Mackenzie on the inside. It's deja vu. Hislop, number 11. Neil Mackenzie has got the verdict. He's done it all. We are on the last lap now. Mackenzie's Yamaha uncharacteristically wiggling. Hislop has got no answer for him. They're at the hairpin. It's all about the drive to the flag. Is he going to be able to sustain it? Oh, I suspect he will. He moves over to the right-hand side. There's the flag. It's a double win here at Knockhill for Neil Mackenzie, and the crowd are ecstatic. He's delighted, and we still have a long way to go in the 1998 season. Just look at that, 15,000 people here to see a home win on home soil for Neil Mackenzie. And Steve, this is not his style.
It isn't his style. He's certainly not paying for the tyres. He's a Scotsman, isn't he? But Neil Mackenzie, a very happy man.
There it is, confirmation of that win from Hislop. Bayliss, a brilliant 3rd. Chris Walker, well, my hat goes off to him. Rutter, Reimer, Llewellyn, and James Hayden got 8th.
Troy, early on, it looked like you were going to catch those two, but the pace got pretty hot. Yeah, it got a bit fast for me, really, and I was having a few little problems. I was trying pretty hard and made a few little mistakes, and they were going pretty hard, and hopefully we can get there soon.
But good result anyway, you must be pleased with that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be up on the podium again.
What are we going to do about these Yamahas then?
Beat them.
Look forward to seeing it.
No worries.
Had you expected that pass from Neil on the last lap?
Yeah, I thought he was just lining me up, and I thought either McIntyre's or Clark's. He goes well in there. I tried to block him, but nah, it's just too late. He was through, and I lost my drive out, or I would have had to go at the hairpin.
So 35 point lead he has now. A bit of work to do, but you think you can work on that one?
Well, it's a lot of points, but like, look what happened to me in the first race. You know, Neil could be unlucky somewhere else. You know, and if I can get another few wins, it would be good.
Steve Parrish was obviously racing motorbikes when he should have been at school, because 31 points is the gap between the top two. Walker still there in third. Hayden hangs on to fifth. Reynolds and Emmett, not much between those two Ducati men. Round 14 and the privateer winner, number 16, Max Vincent, but it's Phil Giles still with a very healthy lead in that championship. Vincent, however, in third. The Honda rider David Heel hasn't done much since his win at Donington, and Ray Stringer still there in eighth on 91. Yamaha, significant lead in the Manufacturers' Championship, and we would expect no less. Kawasaki, Suzuki, Ducati in that order. Can Neil do it again at Mallory Park?